Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Phoenix and this is the Consumer's Guide to Filmmaking. Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair. 2006, 2025 for the North American release of it. But yeah, that came out and premiered in 2006. Whatever. Quentin Tarantino. This film tells the story of Beatrix Kiddo, otherwise known more simply as The Bride. Waking up from a 4-year coma after getting shot by a man named Bill, Beatrix manages to crawl, walk, and fight her way out of the hospital. As we learn how and why this near-deadly shooting took place, Beatrix carves a bloody path through Bill's deadly Viper kill squad, stopping at nothing to find Bill and take her revenge. It had been at least a decade or so since I saw Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, and with this oft-talked-about complete edit of the film hyped up for being inaccessible to North American audiences, it had only been screened in Cannes and in Japan before now, I had to take the opportunity to see Tarantino's fourth film as it was meant to be seen. With his full vision now readily available, Kill Bill is the classic that everyone makes it out to be. This is a landmark moment in this legendary director's filmography. Now, since it has been so long since I had seen the original theatrical cuts of Kill Bill 1 and 2, I am a bit fuzzy on the differences. I know they cut out a cliffhanger bit that connected Volume 1 and 2. They added that anime sequence, which was pretty damn awesome, and apparently the legendary nightclub fight was presented in color with different choreography. If there are any more things that were cut or added, let me know, but otherwise, this was Kill Bill from what I recall. Obviously, it was awesome then. It's still awesome now. Here's why. Tarantino's style for this film was straight up 70s, but with a modern twist. There are some incredibly constructed sequences in this film. There is this unbelievable one-shot sequence, or a series of long takes with hidden edits, I'm not sure, during the nightclub bit, where the camera is going from top down to over the shoulder following multiple people. Oh, it was so well coordinated. The film makes liberal use of multiple visual techniques that evoke multiple feelings and time periods. Snap zooms that are straight out of any 70s martial arts film, black and white sequences, color backdrops where the people are in near full or full silhouette. It is an absolute visual feast. Like I mentioned earlier, there's an entire anime sequence in this film that has such a cool, hazy style to it, and it didn't feel out of place or anything with the rest of the film. The editing in this film, for the most part, is top-notch. Some of these action sequences had me on the edge of my seat with how well they are constructed to build tension. That entire bit with the grenade during the anime sequence gave me a fucking anxiety attack. The editing around some of the special effects in this film, on their face, seems dodgy, but it was a deliberate stylistic choice. Much of those martial arts films from back in the day had some shaky effects, and Tarantino captured that beautifully. However, and this is probably like full sacrilege, like I know, but I am not a big fan of how some of the fight scenes are edited in this film. Namely, the very first one with Vivica A. Fox. It was a little too jump cutty and was kind of nauseating to watch. Like, otherwise though, every other fight scene just ripped. The nightclub sequence is legendary for a reason, and in full color was a bloody masterpiece. The fight between Lucy Liu and Uma on that snow-covered roof was amazing. One of the things that makes so many of these sequences memorable is the production design. The sets in this film are so interesting. The very first set in this film is this purposefully artificial-looking suburb that was washed out in bright lighting. The nightclub was used to full effect during that iconic fight sequence, with it getting torn to shreds and covered in blood. Like, let me tell you, everything in this film was getting covered in blood. The gore in this film is straight up cartoonish. Limbs are getting chopped off and every gaping wound is spraying blood like a fucking geyser. It is deliberately over the top, much like the gory exploitation films that Tarantino was probably watching in his youth. Audio plays a major role in this film. Since this is a big homage to those old martial arts films of yesteryear, a lot of the sound effects in this film are from that grab bag of noises you would hear in those films. To someone who doesn't quite get the filmmaking homage going on here, this could sound a little dick cheese, but in context it is perfect. Now, I'm not going to deny that some of the audio stings in this film could get a little comedic, and for me, a little grating. The siren cue was fine once during the scene with Vivica A. Fox, but after that point, it was kind of a meme. During the intro to Cottonmouth's Yakuza gang, it would play this wah guitar sting for every person in her group, and it got kinda stupid quick. Thankfully, the music in this film more than makes up for that. The original music in this film was composed by the one, the only, the motherfucking RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan. RZA's music in this film was interesting because, in terms of arrangements, it kind of ran the gamut. At times, the score didn't sound like it was from a martial arts movie, and instead sounded like a western. Horn melodies, acoustic guitars, rising to these triumphant crescendos, and even though it is a different style, it fit the character and the sort of story being told. Of course, there are also pieces that sound like 70s martial arts movie music with funk guitars and more oriental string instruments. That stuff sounded the most like RZA. A band called the 5678s play in the nightclub, and not only do they play a couple of their hits, but some covers as well, most notably an old song called Woohoo, Do-Do-Do. You know the fucking song. The soundtrack also uses a piece from a film called Another Battle by composer Tomoyasu Hotei to great effect. It also uses the Green Hornet theme since all Cottonmouth soldiers dress like Kato. It's a fun collection of pastiche and kitschy references. The writing in this film is quintessential Tarantino. The dialogue in this film is just so sharp and so snappy. The sense of humor this film has is on par with any other Tarantino film. From the moment the Pussy Wagon showed up, Kill Bill made sure that the scenes that needed it features some level of dark humor or irreverence. Every character is so unique and dynamic, even if some of them are straight up caricatures like Pai Mei. It is a simple revenge tale on its face, but much like Oldboy, the characters and their motivations elevate it, giving you more to chew on past good guys and bad guys. Oh, God, it's so good. Cast-wise, this group of actors just crushes it. Uma Thurman is goddamn legendary in this role. Her ability to portray so many interesting emotions and project varying degrees of vulnerability or badassness is unmatched. Fucking David Carradine, so intimidating and so charismatic in this film. Every line delivery was smooth as butter. Fucking Lucy Liu, role of her career, honestly. With the anime section giving it more context, her character is so layered, and seeing Liu nail those big emotions was fantastic. Fucking Daryl Hannah, cold fucking blooded in this film. Such a great villainess. Vivica A. Fox, for what screen time she got in the beginning, she was fantastic. Michael Madsen nailed that trailer trash energy. Just a fucking stacked cast delivering Tarantino dialogue like it's natural to them. In conclusion, Kill Bill is fucking phenomenal. A few borderline nitpicks hold it back from being perfect, but even if it was perfect, I would never call it my favorite Tarantino movie. But for those that cite it as theirs, I have no issue with that. It is a grand achievement for this uber-talented director in terms of writing and directing. The definitive and proper way to see this movie, find a way to catch the whole bloody affair in theaters if you still can, and if you can't, snag that Blu-ray up right quick. Mandatory viewing, highly recommended. And I am feeling a 9.5 out of 10 on this one. Fucking great movie. It's Tarantino, what do you expect? Catch you later, guys!